Earl at thelogbook.com here, fellow Phosphor fans, and it's July, close to the 50th anniversary of the first moon landing, and so what are we doing? We are engaging in some serious lunar lunacy here. And this might just be the original semi-serious space exploration game. We are going to give Atari's 1979 coin-op Lunar Lander a spin. And this is a notoriously hard game, and I make no claim to being able to play it very well. It's a vector graphics game, which is just a little something extra to add to the uniqueness of it. Obviously, the game being called Lunar Lander, you are trying to land on the moon. There are no aliens. There's nothing to shoot at, nothing shooting back at you. The Columbia has landed. All right. That's kind of strange because Columbia was the name of the command and service module on Apollo 11. Go figure. I wonder if they'll object to me trying to land the Columbia in exactly the same place. This is very much a game of some real Newtonian physics here. You know, you're trying to cancel out your... Oh, I just destroyed a 100 megabuck lander. Only 100 megabucks? That wasn't as bad as I thought. Oh, the landing sites are all the way over there. Now you have different point values for how large the plateaus are for you to land on. The low-hanging fruit on this screen are, you get a 2 times bonus multiplier for landing there, whereas the much more hazardous 5 times bonus multipliers. You get what you put into it. Obviously the game zooms in on the action a bit. Low on fuel. You landed hard. Your trip is one way. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Low on fuel. Okay, I guess the fuel is... That's your whole game. You don't have lives here, you have fuel. And you don't have a lot of it. And now I have even less. Oh, this is going to go badly. There were no survivors. Let me guess. Game over. This game it has been imitated so many times on so many platforms. On the Odyssey 2, of course, it was the inspiration for Out of This World. Now there is an abort control that I have rather woefully failed to use thus far. I may have the occasion to use it momentarily. We'll see. The abort control on the arcade game was this spring-loaded pull handle, and I just destroyed another 100 megabuck lander. This is why they pay me the big megabucks to keep crashing these landers. The abort handle, in fact, well, it's kind of another, it's just another word for thrust, okay? So even aborting will use fuel, because that again was the game. Now this came out, for historical context, this came out in 1979. It had been 10 years since the first manned landing on the moon, and it had been 7 years since the last manned landing on the moon. And the game arrived at a kind of gulf in terms of crewed space exploration, because the space shuttle was not quite ready for prime time yet. The Enterprise had flown off the back of a 747 a couple of times, well, more like 4 or 5 times, if I remember correctly. And that was it. I was trying to cancel out my horizontal speed and wound up adding to it. There was also an Apple II version of this that I believe was programmed by Bill Budge of Midnight Madness and Raster Blaster fame. And this was Bill Budge pre-Electronic Arts. This is Bill Budge before the founding of Electronic Arts. Oh, abort. Abort. Out of fuel. Oh dear. But it didn't crash. Okay, so I guess that's a successful failure, to coin a term that many people apply to Apollo 13, ironically. It's a really unforgiving game. If I remember correctly, there was a number of incidents involving the spring-loaded abort handle where children who happened to be short enough to be eye level with that control, it would basically would beam them right in the face, and so the control had to be redesigned to put kind of a safety stop on it, that there was only so far it could go. Atari arcade games at that time were dangerous, because this was also the era of the arcade football game with its trackball control, whose the hole in the control panel that the trackball emerged through. That thing would catch your fingers and rip your skin off. No joke. Congratulations, you have landed. Okay, well, I haven't even been looking at the score. I've just been looking in terms of survivable landings and whether or not I'm achieving them. If you keep a careful eye on your get out of there. Okay, so if I don't use all my fuel, but I did abort, oh, it starts falling again. Ooh. Okay, well, I suppose I have another chance here. Not a very good one. I think I'm coming down right at the landing target. We'll see what it says when I zoom in. We'll see how much I panic. Your trip is one way. Okay, well, I still have a bunch of dead astronauts on my hands. I'm just kind of letting it free fall because I'm curious about the parabola physics that the game is engaging in here. Low on fuel. Yeah, buddy. This is going to go badly. Okay, it didn't show it crashing. It means it never happened. I run a very safe space program. Those of you who have watched me play Project Space Station can attest. So there you have it. Atari's apparently very dangerous 1979 coin-op lunar lander. No aliens, no lasers, just trying to get down in one piece and either succeeding or failing. A lot like the real thing, actually. Thanks for watching.